Hello, welcome to this video. Today we're looking at PowerPoint and how to create an Advent style calendar. So what we're looking at creating is something that looks like this. So we've got our 24 days and then we're using the zoom feature to be able to zoom into each day. So there's day 1, day 2 and day 3. So let's step back and have a go at creating it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create our landing page, our main calendar page. So the way they've done this is I've inserted a picture in the background and I've just used one of the stock images. So if you go to insert picture, stock images, I've typed in winter. You can see there's a whole range of wintry looking images for your advent calendar. Having done that, I've then used the insert and shape feature. And I've just added a shape. So in order to fit my 24 in, I've gone with a sort of a shallow rectangle image. I tend not to like the outline, so I've got rid of outline. And then on this particular slide, because I've got a winter image in the background, I've gone with a white box. So chosen the white box. And then because I want to be able to see the image behind it, if I right click onto that, one of the options that's just out of shape on this, or out of view, is format shape. It's just out of my screen recording window, but if I choose format shape, you can see that one of the options is transparency. So we can adjust the transparency so that you can see, so somewhere around 60%, so you can see what's happening behind, but it defines the edge of the doors on your advent calendar. Now I've gone for uniform rows, and the way you can achieve that is you can copy and paste your rows, copy and paste just one row or one column, and then select all of those and duplicate that the required time to get the number of rows and columns you need. If you're using the browser based version, having got your, say in this case, 4 boxes, you can then right click, having selected them all, and choose auto fix, and it just fixes all the gaps between them. Having got my boxes in the background, I can double click and I can put in my door number, and I can adjust the size of that just as you would normally off to the home menu. Adjust the size of the text, and I can adjust the font. So I'm going with a sort of navy color. And then the final element to this is adding the icons. So a bit of holly in each of the corners. So again, I've just gone to the insert menu, shape and holly, and clicked insert. And then clicked on the holly, moved that into position, and then again I've kept that in line with my color scheme by going to format color and choosing a navy color to go with it. So that's how I've created that first page, and the one that gives the illusion of it being an advent calendar. Next up, we want to create the pages themselves. So this is a page for each day of the advent calendar. So I've inserted an image. As I said already, all you do is go to insert, go to pictures, stock images, choose an image that fits, insert it. And then having done that, it's then just a case of adding your text box. So I've added a text box for the heading and another text box for the body. In the case of this is a teaching and learning best practice advent calendar, which colleagues are contributing to. So I've added a heading box and a text box there. Now the only thing you have to be aware of is certain background images make the text very hard to read. So the way I've got around that, as you can see in this example, I've added some color to the text box so that it makes it easier for people to read the text. So what I've done is I've added my text box. I've then selected that. Having done that, I've gone to the shape fill. I've filled the shape. I've then right clicked on the shape. I've gone to format shape. And from the list, if I choose solid fill, I can alter the opacity there. So I can choose opacity, which allows me to see the image. And then with regards to the text, if I've got a dark box, then it's probably best to have a light text. So I've done the text light there, and you can see, just makes it stand out, but you can still see the image behind that. And we can do the same thing with the header. We can fill that. We can alter the opacity. And then we can add the white text. It varies depending on the slides. Some darker slides work better with the white box and dark text, but you can play around with it. To add the numbers, to get the consistency of position, I find it's easier to do one slide and then just duplicate it, change the text and change the number as you go. So if I was to duplicate that slide, I could add slide number 2. In order so the number remains aligned, I can select that and add 2 in there. And I can adjust my text box and anything else I want, but it just means there's a consistent look and feel. So ideally I want the text box to be that position. As you'll see, what I've tried to do is keep an even border around the top sides and the left and the right of the slides. So trying to keep it even just makes it look better. So now we've got our slides in position. I'm just going to delete that one because we don't need that as a duplicate. The next thing to do is to insert a section. So you can see what we've got here is we have a section. So you simply position your cursor between the two slides, right click, and one of the options, if I didn't have one, would be add section. So I've added my sections. I double clicked on them then to rename them. So I've got a section for each day. So we've now added our sections. We've got our slides there to go. The next thing to do is we want to create that zoom in effect. So having got our sections in place, we can go to insert, we can choose zoom. Now, because I don't want to reveal all of them, I don't want to use the summary zoom, I want to use the section zoom. So I can choose section zoom, I can choose the next day I want to reveal, and I can click insert. I can then position that, and I can line that up and adjust that so it's the same size as the boxes. And I'm almost ready to go. Now the final thing is I don't want the user to be able to jump ahead and advance the presentation to see the days that haven't yet been revealed. So what I can do is I can very easily right click and choose hide slide. So I know at the moment I've got 4 days, so I can unhide those 4. And then all you have to do is just insert a section and unhide the slide each day, and it's available for the viewers to see. So now if I do another preview, the experience is they can zoom in, can look at the slide. When they zoom out, it goes back to the main home page. Zoom in again, zoom out, and so on and so forth. So you get to see the calendar. But when we go to 4, that's as far as they've gone. There's no way of them advancing to the next slide. And all you need to do is just add your next section on the next day, and away you go. So I hope you found the video useful. If you did, remember to subscribe to the channel and join me again soon for more EdTech videos. Thanks for watching.